Well, welcome to the Rock Hill Sports Complex for the second round of Major League Table Tennis's cross division. It's the East versus the West. We're into our second day here. We had 3 matches yesterday, into the second of 3 today, followed by 2 tomorrow. We have a great matchup between the Chicago Wind and the Texas Smash coming up. I'm Matt Hetherington, joined by Sean O'Neill. Sean, the Chicago Wind have made some ground back. They had a great opening, struggled yesterday. They got ahead, but then they lost to the Bay Area Blasters. The Texas Smash have had a rough run, not just this weekend, but last couple as well. How is this going to play out? If you
it's going to be tough, but it's whoever fights the hardest. Right now, the Wind, it's first match for them today, but the Smash had a heartbreaker losing to the Croc, so they want to change their mojo and get things going. Let's see if it can happen.
Yeah, and if you look at the standings right now, it's actually the Texas Smash that are at the bottom of all 8 teams. The Chicago Wind, they had a great start to move up into 3rd, I think by last night. But the Princeton Revolution have taken 2 wins, including the morning match today. And the Chicago Wind have some ground to make up. And right now, if you look at the East Division, the Carolina Gold Rush and Florida Crocs are building a bit more separation between themselves and the Princeton Revolution and Chicago Wind. And of course, the Carolina Gold Rush are about to play again now over on Table 2 on the Adamcast over on Adam Barbro's channel. But right now, right here, we're going to have the Chicago Wind taking on the Texas Smash. And it's a lineup that looks pretty interesting. We have a close showdown between the current number 12 and 19 players on the Major League Table Tennis standings. Alexandru Kazaku taking on Japan's Hiromitsu Kasahara. In the second, Daniele Pinto, the fiery left-hander from Italy, coming up against Switzerland's Johan Rebete. The doubles will see Emily Tan and Kazaku playing together. We've seen that combination once before. She's actually been playing great with Damian Provost lately, but we won't see that combination this time. And they're playing against Kasahara and Ying Wang. We'll see Dan Liu taking on Daryl Sao in the 3rd singles. That could be an interesting matchup for sure. And then we're rounded off with Damian Provost and David Macbeth in the 5th match. Really seems like the teams are trying to focus on putting their best players at either end. I mean, we saw yesterday Provost against Tao Wen-Zhang in the 5th match. So certainly some strength at the top and the bottom of the lineup.
You know, Matt, I'm really surprised that the Wind broke up the team of Provost and Emily Tan. They played so well. They really matched up their styles well, but they must know something that we don't.
Oh, I know Kazaku and Emily played together in Chicago and played also quite well. A lot of fireworks, but they were both very aggressive. It's going to be interesting to see. I mean, Ying Wang is a great control player, good placement, so certainly going to be some interesting matchups. But we start off here with Alex Kazaku from Romania against Hiromitsu Kasahara from Japan. Kasahara is pretty quick up close to the table. A lot of Japanese players have good touch close to the table. Not so much power further back, but great at countering close to the table early in the bounce. Kazaku is a player who likes to have a little bit more time, swings big off both wings. So it's going to be very interesting to see if Kasahara plays quick and tries to take that time away from him.
If he can make that first attack while Kazaku's still closer to the table, it's going to really reduce the time that Kazaku needs. But he has very explosive shots, moves quite well in the backcourt.
So the Chicago Wind are a team that have done so well in singles, but just haven't gotten legs under them in the Golden game. Even yesterday, they had a really big lead. I think they were 8-1 during the individual matches.
Chicago Wind
came back to being 9-6, and then
match 1, 3 games to
unfortunately
play.
for them, they
Game
lost the
1,
Golden game.
Winds to serve 0-0.
If you're going to win one of these three, whether it's singles, the doubles, or the Golden game, take the Golden game. It's worth 6 points. That's what Kazuhara wants to do. He wants to make his big loops as early in the points while Kazuku is still close to the table.
Net 0-1.
Oh, great power by Kazuku. That gets head coach Eric Owens off his seat. Chicago really wants to come out strong in this first match.
Kazuhara's been performing pretty well so far this weekend, from what I've seen.
Oh, great turnaround the backhand corner.
3.
Kazuhara is just on fire right now. Great serve. Kazuku tried to keep it short, but popped it up. And a direct point winner for Kazuhara. Kazuku showing he's got some power of his own.
One of the things that you always have to be really careful of with Kazuku is not letting him build momentum. Because once he does, it's like a snowball effect.
Yeah, he can be extremely streaky. When he's feeling the ball, he will just tee off, both from forehand and backhand sides.
Net 4-2.
Nice flip there by Kazuku.
4-3.
Kazuhara's speed and slightly early timing is getting him off to a good start here. Looks like umpire just making sure he clears his free arm.
Oh, beautiful third ball attack.
5.
Both players so strong at any short return that pops up just a little bit. They're going to finish the point directly.
Half-long serve from Kazuhara.
Two direct serve winners. First going off the end and then dropping it in the net. Kazuku's going to need to get at least one of these back, if not both of them.
Easy pluckings there for Hiromitsu Kasahara. As soon as he gets up over the table and Kazaku's backing off, it's...
Kasahara, like his countryman Keiyo, great short balls. Again, just the serve-receive game of Kasahara, one level above right now.
And he's won 5 points in a row here. Going for broke on that backhand counter. Easy ball for Kazaku. Claims back 2 points.
Great combination there. Forcing Kasahara to win it on his serve.
I mean, Kasahara's played the last few balls quite soft and slow. His biggest weapon here is speed. Giving Kazaku more time is not good strategy.
And that's the problem, not able to keep the serve return short. See that pop up and then Kasahara just jumping on that ball. No difficulty driving the third ball for a winner.
I feel like this matchup between Chicago Wind and Texas Smash is one of those where you could have either really close matches or you could have matches that are one-sided either way, and there's not really any way of knowing.
But Kasahara has just been steamrolling all these loose balls. Anything that pops up a little bit, he's either spinning it heavy or going for a very effective drive. And his serves really worked out well, taking that 5-point streak to go up 10-5.
Yeah, that was definitely a big, I mean, 5-5. It really looked like Kazaku was clawing back into it, but Kasahara just pulled away. Chicago Wind coach Eric Owens on the bench.
Time.
Damian Provost, always a great person to have in your corner. A lot of experience.
Time.
Not just in the US, but in Europe as well.
Right, and he's meant so much to Major League Table Tennis, really getting behind it early and helping Flint in the New Jersey.
As an ambassador as well.
Yeah, doing a great job. Keeping it difficult for Mimi Bosca to know where he is on his schedule. Seems to be in a different country every week, so great to have him part of this league.
Wow, Kasahara just looked completely dumbfounded. The ball went back on and he just, it's almost in disbelief.
But Matt, I think what you mentioned earlier about the speed with Kasahara putting pressure on Kazaku up at the table.
Right.
He's got to get out of his own way. He's going to have to be quicker, which isn't going to be something he's going to develop in these next 3 games.
I mean, the problem for Kazaku in this style matchup is if Kasahara is up at the table playing quick, in order to deal with that speed, realistically, Kazaku needs to be at least mid-distance, maybe even a little bit further back. And once he gets there, the angles that Kasahara can play are kind of a little bit too difficult for him to chase down a lot of the time.
Almost feels like he's got to finish that first ball otherwise.
Right. but that
3,
puts a lot of pressure on it.
2. Net. 0. Do not drop the ball under the table. And also watch your shoulder
reminding
blocking.
Kasahara not to drop his hand below the
Move away
table.
your shoulder. 3, 2.
You have to serve not only from behind the baseline, but
2,
also
4.
from above the table surface.
And nothing's more frustrating after your opponent gets a warning. Just dump their serve in the bottom of the net. Oh, it just seems that when
2,
Kasahara can drop the
5.
serve effectively short to the forehand, he really opens up the entire table. One, Kazaku's not far enough back to get his offense in, and he's often reaching for the ball.
6,
Kasahara just continuing to be a reliable weapon for the Texas Smash. I think when you look at some of the other teams here, they have that one standout player that kind of leads them. Portland Paddlers obviously had Cole, and
7,
him not being here has
2.
made a huge difference for their results. I think with the Texas Smash, they have they haven't had a player that stood out as a leader. They've had, you know, sometimes Macbeth has played amazingly, sometimes Kasahara has played amazingly. But I feel this weekend Kasahara's emerging as potentially that lead player for the team.
And I would say on the other side, for the wind, that Daniela Pinta has done a really nice job of getting his wins, always at least taking 2 points. There's a nice block to an open court. But it does put a lot of pressure on Damian Provost, especially in that often final single spot before going into the golden game.
I think the tough thing for Damian is if you look at his stats, you know, he's been really reliable in singles. He's been a useful tool for the Chicago into the doubles. And he has a great record in the golden game. So, you know, he's definitely pulling his weight, but as a team on the whole, especially with the golden game, they've just struggled.
Game 2 to Smash 11-3.
And Kasahara just strong pressure again, the serve and serve return, setting everything up. Great motion, good side spin on the serve. Then Kazaku just flipping it off the end, unable to keep it down. Now he's got to be thinking, let's not see a sweep occur, because no one wants to start 0-3 after that first match.
Kasahara off to a great start. Coach Jorg Bitzigayo on the bench, always intensely feeding information to his players. I feel he's one of the more analytical coaches when it comes to tactics in particular.
Additionally, he doesn't want to leave anything to chance. If there's an opportunity to share some knowledge to make sure his players are aware.
Some players up there happy to see themselves on the screen, but with the Major League Table Tennis shirts, you can get yours at mltt.com/shop. Also have all of the team shirts as well. Kazaku spending quite a bit of time back at the bench here.
Time.
Damian really letting him know what he's got to do with those short serves. You just see him signaling, move the ball around, don't just put your paddle on it.
Game 3, win to serve, 0-0.
Both players going full strength from the backcourt.
I mean, this is in Kazaku's area of strength, these big counter rallies. If he can't win the points here, that tells you a lot of what you need to know about how this match has turned out the way it has.
And that's exactly what Kazuhara wants to do, is
0.
get an opening that he can counterattack and play it to the whole table. Just see Kazuku wondering which way he's going. Happy to put his paddle on it, but not really being that forceful. And again, the serve
3,
returns.
0.
And
0,
that gets
4.
Coach Jorg off his seat as well. Great flip off the short serve return to keep the pressure on Kazuku.
Kazuku just overplays. He's really
5.
not settled well, and that's mostly in part to Kazuhara and how he's been playing.
Just overplaying that ball.
In the second singles match, Daniele Pinto,
5.
the left-handed forehand blaster from Italy,
Specialist.
taking on Johan Rebate from Switzerland. But right now,
5.
Alex
1.
Kazuku of the Chicago Wind needs to find some answers desperately here to at least try and take one game and 1 point for the Chicago Wind.
8. 5, 1.
A little more effective on the drop and flip. Kazuku can get this point. At least he'll have his serve to tie it up.
And steps the wrong way. Just
2.
The drop shot from the midcourt, not the easiest ball to put into play, and Kazuhara shows him he can play it in either direction.
Kazuku just not able to connect enough shots. Enthusiastic looking Daryl Sal on the bench there. And right now it's just totally one-way traffic. Kazuhara is just mowing through Kazuku.
And he's setting everything up with a quality serve return. He's taking the advantage off. Again, beautiful
9,
deep flip
2.
to the corner. Kazuku happy just to put the ball on the table. You can just hear Kazuku saying, unbelievable. I don't think he can see that side top as he tries to drop it, but constantly lifting it up too high.
And he served under his arm. It was almost I'm not sure if that was a subtle complaint about Kazuhara's serve. Kazuhara 3-0.
And the smash start off very strong. It's going to put a lot of weight on Pinto's shoulders, as he's had to deal with quite a bit. But it looks like we're going to get a chance.
Yes, we'll go down and talk to Hiromitsu Kazuhara. He's a player who always enjoys these post-match interviews. Great match, Hiromitsu. When you were out there playing against Kazuku, he needs a little bit more time. He plays a lot of power usually. How important was it for you to play fast when you're playing against him?
I know his power is not unbelievable, so I try to more fast, so
right.
He not get his time.
Yes,
I'm try good today.
It also seemed like your serve was very effective. It won you a lot of points. What was the key to your serve?
I trust my finger.
And some of the other players, like Koyo, he said sometimes when you're playing the match, you know, if you're winning 2-0, when you get into the third game, you start to feel nervous about the interview after the match.
Yes.
Is that true for you as well?
Yes, every time get 2-0 after interview. So no, second week I get 3 points, but after no get 3 points.
Look, you just need to relax, okay? We're nice guys up here. Don't worry.
Thank you.
You're getting better at the interviews.
Oh, thank you.
Congratulations on a 3-0 win, and we'll see you later on.
Thank you.
It was really funny for me to have that conversation with Koyo yesterday evening. He said, especially Kazuhara, when he gets up 2-0 or when he's in the third game, halfway through the game, he's getting nervous about the post-match interviews.
They should be putting him in the last singles to take that
exactly.
issue away.
Yeah, they should swap Provost and him.
You wouldn't have to worry about it ever.
That's all right, though, because we have this handy tool at our disposal. We can call back any player from the winning team after the coach.
Well, this is going to be a very exciting match here with Daniela Pinto from the win. Great forehand player, loves to play the entire court with his forehand. And against Yuan Rebete, a more balanced player, strong backhand, great technique. Looks for the opportunity to play both down the line and cross court. And look at that backhand, just
0-2.
If he can get backhands with that much pace on them, out to the wide forehand of Pinto.
I don't know how Pinto will step around his backhand because he'll have to be more mid-court. And there, look at
0-3.
forcing a service error, already thinking about making sure he goes to the perfect location. And that's the backhand you said.
That's going to make a huge difference in this match.
Somehow Pinto's going to have to play the ball more into the elbow so he can't play squared up and just play his backhand cross court.
Man, that is just
what a play. Yuan Rebete just...
I can absolutely guarantee that Coach Jorg will have sat with Yuan and spent time looking at Daniele's matches to formulate strategies for this match.
I mean, when you come out of the blocks and you go up 5-0 with basically 5 winners, tells you you've done a little pre-match scouting. And again, out to the forehand. How smart was that position? Not going for a lot of power, but seeing that Pinto's already stepping around the backhand before going out there. Reading the opponent during the point.
And this is going to make it. I mean, one of the things that I've said a couple of times so far this weekend is Pinto uses so many long serves, and the players that respond to them in a passive manner have a huge amount of trouble winning points. Rebete is being aggressive on the serve return, and it's so important.
He was also, as we've spoken earlier, kind of owning that right triangle from his backhand out to the forehand and then over to the forehand area instead of getting stuck in his backhand.
Pinto wins a couple of points in a row.
You could see Rebete wanted to take that a little bit more down the line, get Pinto out of the backhand corner.
After having such a good start in this first game, Rebete will not want to lose this first game.
Big point there
8-4
for the smash, creating a 4-point differential. Pinto changing up the timing, the pace a little bit. Not wanting to give such a clean ball. And you could see Pinto jumping around so early to counterattack that forehand from the backhand corner. Oh, great misdirection there after kind of a
9.
slow it down.
Pump fake.
Head fake at least. But got the ball to the open court.
And Rebete gets the ball right into the forehand corner. Johan Rebete takes game 1, 11 points to 6. Some outstanding combinations from him. Those reverse serve and quick backhand openings kind of mirroring of Daniel Gorak.
No, I don't think we've seen anyone playing Pinto so tactically smart, getting him out of his backhand corner, especially with the backhand loops cross court. And then also, as you said, mixing up the serve, getting into rallies where he's forcing Daniela Pinto to take big choices to keep that forehand offense going.
I mean, it has somewhat, I mean, Pinto has played outstandingly throughout the first half of the season. But it does surprise me that a player who goes out there and plays full table forehand and serves long the majority of the time has not met more resistance from other players throughout this league, given the caliber of experience that they have. Some more young table tennis fans here.
Time.
They always love to see themselves on the big screen. Definitely want to get one of those Major League Table Tennis t-shirts.
Perfect stocking stuffers.
So I can rock the boat next time I'm up here for the commentary stand-up while you're wearing your red shirt. I can wear the blue one instead.
Game 2.
Got to separate east from west.
0.
Well, this week you've already been separating us with a number of wins as we've been playing catch-up. And there, once again, getting the ball out to the wide forehand of Pinto. There's Pinto getting the turn. Anytime he can get his forehand in, he will start his offense. Rebete is able to get the ball wide out to the forehand, especially with his backhand side. There's a nice down-the-line shot.
Oh, wow. What a finisher from Pinto.
2.
Just decided not to turn around, but to stay on the backhand. Great block cross court.
Outstanding play from the Italian. I will say Rebete's handled Pinto's forehand really well.
I mean, how smooth is Rebete's forehand? It is just
yeah.
no hesitation. Just watch this technique here and just takes it right off the bounce. Everything, all momentum moving forward.
I mean, when we've seen other players playing against Pinto, when he gets on his forehand, they tend to play very passively and to control. Rebete's really risen to the challenge.
And there again, look at that, out to the forehand. His technique and his stroke, when he's going, most players go cross court with their forehand. He just takes his time. One cross court that easily down the line on the follow-up, and that really freezes Pinto not to know whether he should be stepping around the ball or standing still, and then he'll play a lot more backhands.
I would say, without a doubt, the best match we've seen from Rebete so far in Major League Table Tennis. Takes a swing at the back shot. Daniela Pinto has established himself in the singles as one of the players to beat.
And that's just a lot of fight by Pinto. Getting 2 or 3 forehands in on every rally. His legs have to be so strong in order to keep moving. And you can just see Rebete finding the backhand, and then taking advantage with a beautiful backhand cross court after Pinto's force just to put it on the table. There's nothing you can do to stop that.
Rebete takes the lead again. 6-5 here in game 2. Already has one game in the bag. And the Texas Smash are 4-0 in the lead already here.
But again, credit Pinto. He gets that forehand in, turns the corner even after looping one ball from the middle of the table, gets around the backhand, moves it out to the forehand. I think we're going to see Pinto playing a lot more balls from his backhand side with his forehand cross court just to stop the angle out to his wide forehand.
7-6.
And one thing for sure we know is Pinto's such a fighter. Regardless of the score, he's always coming at you.
Uh-oh.
That was scary. I didn't know if Rebete was going to be able to come in and take a swat at the high drop shot.
That was closer to the back edge than I thought it would be.
And look at that backhand once again.
8.
I would hate to be a left-handed player facing this type of backhand.
Oh, I'm left-handed and watching this is difficult for me. I know how much of a struggle it is for a left-hander covering the wide forehand while you're always thinking about turning the corner.
And again,
7.
Pinto delivering with his forehand. And you can just see a pure fight from Pinto twice in that rally. Rebete had a chance to move him all over the court, out to the forehand, but finally Pinto with one more big forehand topspin.
And Pinto hits the ball straight into the body of Yohan Rebete to take game 2, 11-7.
Just sheer fight from the Chicago Wind star. Well placed, but the big forehand into the body, hooking it. Rebete tried to step around, but could not create the angle. We're now one apiece here in match number 2, singles.
We've seen examples before of Daniele Pinto digging deep. In Chicago, his match against Jeremy Hazen was ridiculous. I mean, Jeremy just sat on the corner, blocked, did small counters, but he was just a wall. And Pinto was hitting sometimes 6 or 7 really high quality forehands to win points. So this is a player who knows how to dig deep and to step it up a gear. And sometimes you look at him and you just don't know where it all comes from.
Well, he has confidence in the forehand, and if he can land it 2, 3, or 4 times, he's looking for another 3. Because he's used to moving so much. Last point was exceptional.
Time.
Able to hook it into Repete's body. He's going to need to do a lot more of that, keeping him off balance instead of just trying to track down those missiles out to his wide forehand.
Got a camera shot just there before of Andrew Yang, so former U.S. youth team player and the son of Alex Yang, coach of the Carolina Gold Rush. I think they drove in here today from Atlanta, Georgia to watch the Gold Rush play.
And the Gold Rush have just been doing exceptional in the cross-divisional matches.
You see on deck there the doubles match coming up next. Kazuko and Emily Tan taking on Kasahara and Emily Wang. The battle of the Emilys. We had the battle of the sisters yesterday.
And here's the big forehand by Rebete. When he takes a full swing, that ball is flying. Great leverage. Oh, nice deep serve.
1-2.
Went to it again, another deep serve to the backhand. But this time Rebete nets the ball. Timeout. Again, momentum shifting in the direction of Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, Pinto has just taken things to another level.
I didn't think there was going to be an answer for Pinto after halfway through the first game. As Rebete just controlled the table, controlled the angles. But it just shows you the sheer fight and determination of Pinto to get that forehand into play. And again, the deep serves are so effective. Just moving the ball exceptionally well, never giving Rebete an easy shot to play. Here in this third game, if Rebete with the serve, if he loses this point, do not be surprised if Pinto continues to put the pressure on with those deep serves.
So, interestingly enough, there's actually a little bit of discussion in the YouTube chat about the system, the playing system. And they're talking about, you know, having these 3-game matches where, you know, a player wins 2 and they win, but then there's still one more game left. I mean, the whole concept of Major League Table Tennis is the team. So the fact that you can contribute to your team, it's not necessarily about straight wins and losses. It's just about collecting points for the team going into the golden game. At the end of the day, the golden game is where the bulk of the points are. Golden game being worth 6.
And where the golden game has really shown to be a difference is when a team that's leading big then wins the golden game and just sends even more points their way for the overall standings, which again, all the teams are fighting to be in the top 2 of their division to make the crossovers.
3-5, change sides.
Of course, we're only halfway through the season here. We still run out till April. West Division matches in Portland and Seattle.
And then Wichita for the third one.
And then East Division, one in New Jersey and a couple in Florida. I think Huntington Beach and Winter Haven.
This weekend is the only time where the divisions will play each other other than the playoffs.
It's been a big opportunity so far for the East Coast.
They'd like to do this every weekend.
Hey, so would we, right?
4.
Certainly a grueling weekend for the players.
Look at that backhand.
Oh, Rebete's step around was just, the footwork was just not there.
Yeah, it looked too far and a little too late. Not much power on the ball, just bottomed out. Pintos had a sigh of relief thinking, how is he going to cover that ball?
Rebete trying to direct the ball down the line. Doesn't land. We've seen a few more unforced errors from him here in game 3, and it's made all the difference. Pinto just doing an amazing job of limiting Rebete's options.
Yeah, controlling the angles. That last backhand was so wide. Is rewarded with a match point.
11-4. Daniele Pinto
Game and
comes
match
back
to win
to take 2 games, adding
by
2
2
points
games to 1.
to the Chicago wins tally.
And just pure grit, great fight. After dropping that first game so decisively,
Really, yeah.
came back and changed the tactics, changed the angles, and continued to get that forehand into play.
Certainly a great fight. I mean, he's just such a great problem solver. He always has it's grit. He just has great grit. He finds a way to come back. A great performance from Daniele Pinto. We'll go down and talk to him on the sideline now. Daniele, you just continue time after time to deliver in your singles matches. On this occasion, the first game looked a little bit shaky for you. Rebete played some amazing shots and was very consistent. What did you have to do to turn things around to come back strong in the second and third?
You know, I was really nervous before the match because we practiced a lot together during the combine. So I knew that he know how to play against me. And this made me nervous. So I think he started really well in the first without missing any easy ball. I just tried to push the second one. And I think in the third one, maybe he started to miss a little bit more.
It seemed, Daniela, also that your serve was so effective. The high toss serve with a lot of deep serves, that it caught him almost flat-footed. Is that something that you felt he was going to have difficulty with going into the match, or was it something you saw more during the match?
It was during the match because at the beginning he started receiving well. Maybe I didn't give so much quality to the serve because I was stressed. And then it was a little bit more relaxed. So yeah, in the last set I was winning many points with the long one.
Now, as I said in the beginning, you've been able to deliver really well in singles. What is it going to take for the Chicago win to start pulling it together more in these golden games?
The golden game. This word make me afraid every time. So yeah, I think we have just to play as many golden games as we can to try to feel it better.
Well, congratulations. You've certainly been a strong anchor for your team out there. And we'll see how you guys fare in the doubles. But well done, and we'll see you in the golden game.
Thank you so much.
Just a great performance.
Yeah, I mean, he's really been a pillar for his team. And honestly, I think in the beginning, when he came out and started winning these matches, it kind of turned a few heads in the beginning. It was a little bit of surprise, but as the seasons progressed and the weeks have gone on, he's just become such a reliable player for the team. Right now we move on to the doubles. Kazuku and Emily Tan. They played in Chicago. Had a great win together there. Kazuku, the first culprit of deflecting a ball into poor Emily's face, and that happened twice yesterday.
Game 1, win to serve. Emily to serve, Hiro to receive.
So it's going to be
0,
Emily
0.
Tan serving to Kazuhara.
Both teams opening up and bringing out the firepower. We know Emily Tan is going to try to stay close to the table. That's where she's most effective. Challenge is going to be when she's playing into Kazuhara. He is such a good counterattacker, using the opponent's speed and spin against them. Emily Tan's going to have to really place the ball well.
Net. 1-1.
Emily Tan, time and again, has proven to be a confident and reliable initiator for the attack in these doubles points.
She has really stepped up her entire game.
I like how quickly she ducked out of the way there.
It seemed when she played in Daytona Beach, she was a little bit uncertain of herself in the doubles. And right now, as you said, Matt, getting that first quality opening in, moving the ball around, letting her partner do the final damage.
Kazuku going for the big swing.
4.
I'm just wondering why they haven't thrown, or maybe they have. I haven't seen every East Coast match, but Pinto in the doubles with Emily Tan as a lefty, he can get away with playing one forehand and not having to play the next ball, so if he gets out of position, it wouldn't be the end of the world. But I think with Kazuku, kind of the lack of footwork puts a lot of stress on any doubles team. Emily is super quick. That would be Tan as well as Wang. Look at that block off the bounce by Emily Tan.
It's quite interesting to see Emily Wang using the backhand in that position. She's a short pips forehand player, so very capable of driving quite hard through the ball on the forehand.
5, 4.
Asahara pretty aggressive on the backhand flips.
A little unusual in doubles play where you don't want to go for too much and often allow your teammate to actually play a ball. He's just taking it off the table from Emily Wang and trying to finish it directly. That was a scary ball. Kazuhara had a 3 swing. Emily Tan gave him a little prayer signal.
I've really never seen Emily Tan look overly frustrated or annoyed, no matter how things have gone. I mean, I've seen her basically lose the last point in a golden game, and she has kind of a smile on her face and a face palm maybe, but
she did say early on in our interviews with her is that she's thrilled not to be in school.
Yeah.
Anything to get her out. Major League Table Tennis, happy to oblige.
Well, she's become a bit of a celebrity among her friends now as a professional table tennis player.
7, 6.
Asahara and Emily Wang making moves here.
Oh, that was a great over-the-table smash by Emily Tan.
8.
She always plays much, much stronger. If the ball is high and a little bit shallow on the table, Emily Tan over the table is strong, really strong on the forehand. So the depth of the ball for the Texas pair is important.
Oh, and that was a nice,
6,
deep,
9.
fading flip by Emily Tan. Just really playing great position, strong offense, super footwork.
9.
Went for an
7.
extreme angle there. Oh, effective serve, kept it very low. Again, Kazuhara going for broke almost on these double serve returns.
I feel like Kazuhara is putting too much pressure on himself to feel like he needs to stop Kazuku from attacking straight away. Because sometimes you almost wonder if he doesn't have enough confidence in the partnership as a whole.
Right, he's trying to keep it on his rack. He doesn't want the point to extend beyond. And here you see Emily Wang explaining to him that she's there and ready. That was a big backhand flip by Kazuku to give the wind game number 1. So just constant pressure from the wind in this pairing with Kazuku and Emily Tan. Not giving the opponents really a chance to breathe. And I would say that the stronger duo or the stronger individual, Emily did a great job really moving the ball around, a number of big hits, a couple of amazing blocks. And again, the positive energy that she brings to the team.
Kazuku and Emily Tan helping the Chicago Wind make up some ground here. They had a rough start with Kasahara winning 3-0 for the Texas Smash, but with Pinto's win and now the doubles slowly starting to dig into that lead.
Both teams taking the extended break between games. Time's been called.
It's one of our dedicated ball kids that have been using the new ball for every point almost system. So ball kids are at each end wearing their MLTT merch shirts.
Game 2, match to serve.
He's kind of turning away. He's like, I don't want to be on TV. Get me out of here. So start the next game. You would have noticed during the timeout at each end that Emily Tan was pretty vocal and pretty involved in the bench discussion there. And in fairness, she's the player that's been playing all of the doubles for Chicago Wind, so only fair for her to have a lot of input. Of course, you can join the Major League Table Tennis Fantasy League. It's a big talking point for us up here in the box, and Evan will be back later on this evening, so we're going to put him through the ringer to see how his is going, but it's a great system. Get a fantasy budget each round or each weekend of play. Pick your 8 players, see how many points they win and where you end up on the standings. Competition's heating up, as always.
I'm counting on David Macbeth in the final singles match before the Golden Game to hopefully get me 30 points.
Well, I got my 30 already because I have Kasahara on my lineup. Right now,
look at Kazuku sending that serve back for a winner. Once again, Kasahara just going for the direct winner off the serve return on the backhand side.
The question he needs to ask himself is, does he need to put that much pressure straight off the serve return?
Net. 4-4.
I can kind of understand wanting to shut down Kazuku, but against Emily Tan,
almost got her.
Just almost got her again.
5.
And that's the challenge for Emily Wang. She makes a nice opening. The problem is that everyone that she's playing against has so much firepower that they're looking for that type of slower opening just to tee off on. Much better off just cutting it nice and low. And that's going to be an interesting ball there. Kazuku, heavy side spin lift. Kasahara could not read the spin at all. He did a little double hop. What a block by Emily Tan. How did she get her racket on that ball? She's smiling, her partner's smiling. That's just great focus and concentration to track that ball.
Six, 7.
Kasahara really on the backhand side is kind of
And
letting down the side a little bit.
The difference also, looking at the body language and the communication between the win team, they're smiling, they're having a good time, and the other side is just silent.
That clips the back edge.
8-7.
But very little chatter for the Texas team.
I imagine possibly there's a language barrier that might have something to do with that as well. So actually, Koyo Kanemitsu can speak Mandarin fluently, so I don't know about Kasahara. Kazaku just launches the ball down the line.
When he fully commits to going for a winner, he can take it in both directions. Again, we've just seen Emily Tan do a great job of staying up to the table, moving her opening shots around.
And this time, Kasahara gets his chance. Emily Wang, great placement there. Forces Kazaku to kind of retrieve the ball from out of position. I think Kazaku knew it was probably never going to end well after he made contact with that ball. Last second communication here from Emily Tan.
Oh, great shots on both sides. I thought Emily Tan was going to make that final forehand block as both teams playing big forehands as she raced into the table.
There's Texas Smash coach York Bitsigaya. Owners of the Princeton Revolution sitting one row back from them. Like Roger Kang said in his interview, they just love this. They're here for every match. Doesn't matter if it's their team or not.
But he did say that when their team is playing, super nervous.
Well, I mean, this one, they have so much more of a vested interest. So they're actually out here wanting the West Coast teams to win. It's a golden point right here. Kazaku clutches the golden point, levels things up. The Chicago Wind now 4-4 with the Texas Smash.
And a chance to potentially sweep this doubles match. What a big backhand over the table. Playing it cross court. Great technique. Kasahara only able to touch the ball. And you can see the celebration.
I love like the double fist in the air. It's not the first time we've seen it from Kazaku. Kind of reminds me of like a triumphant Donkey Kong.
I was just gonna say, watch out for the barrels. Where's Mario?
But what a great team. I mean, we talked a little bit yesterday about how good of a combination Damian Provost and Emily Tan were. But seeing this combination in Chicago and seeing it again now, this is also a great combination that works for them. And for them to have two doubles combinations that they know work for them is so valuable.
Well, I think with the experience and the number of matches, maybe we just say that it's Emily and whoever she's playing with, because she's definitely raised her game. Her attacks have been so much more solid. In the first two games, she had a couple pushes that went off the side of the table as she was going for. I'm not going to say she was aiming for the white line, but she wanted to keep Emily Wang off balance. But yeah, definitely Kazaku and Emily Tan have brought their A game, and they really need it. Trying to keep that East streak winning. And that was an easy ball. Kazaku wanted to do maybe a little headbutt there on the table afterwards. Emily Tan, very strong forehand play.
This is a tie-break situation for the two teams. Right now it's 4-4. Whoever wins this final third doubles game is going to give their team a little lead. And remember, every point is crucially important in these Major League Table Tennis matchups. When you get to the end of the individual matches, 1 point can make the difference between your team starting with a 1-point lead in the Golden Game or a 3-point lead in the Golden Game, or 3 points in 5. So every point makes a difference.
And Emily Tan continues to just put pressure on the ball. That time from the midcourt, she's giving a big smile to her partner, saying, "How did you like that shot?"
I think Kasahara, from watching this game, is just too much of a singles player. Haven't seen enough evidence of
3-3.
Just not
Well,
building.
doubles.
Yeah, not building the point as a team. Just trying to play individual shots, which that can work sometimes. But if you're really going to excel, you've got to set your partner up.
Marylanders are in the house.
4-3.
Emily made a great shot to get the ball out to the wide forehand.
I mean, you know that your team combination's working well when Emily Tan's outplaying Kasahara in points.
3-5.
But they don't want to lose this third game.
Right. I mean, the lead is on the line right now. It's 5-3. They're going to switch ends. Next up is Dan Liu against Daryl
Timeout.
Sao.
Smash.
Daryl, the youth player from the West Coast. Dan, a coach from the West Coast.
And Dan's had some interesting, not going to say drama, but elements where he started playing shake hands in Daytona Beach and quickly reverted back to his older penhold style, finding that his backhand just wasn't up to par at the level that Major League Table Tennis was sending his opponents out. Still having a little bit of challenge of getting the job done, but
I think if you look at his record in singles, it's been a tricky road for him. He's still looking for some redemption. I think this matchup is a good opportunity against Daryl. Probably a player that he's a lot more familiar with. I mean, if you put him against some of the more experienced European players here, of course, he's going to have a little bit more trouble than
especially when they get into the quick exchanges where there's a backhand involved.
Right. And I think we've seen the same thing with Andrew Sao. He's excelled against the youth players from the US. But against those older, more experienced Europeans, totally different game for him.
Right. They're used to playing 3 or 4 strong quality balls on every point.
3-5.
US players tend to get away with 1 or 2 big shots and then hopefully finding a weak ball to put away. And that's a big shot by Kazaku. He needs to land some of those forehands.
And look how far back Kasahara is from the table. Just not the place where he wants to be at all.
6-4.
But still, the Texas Smash holding a 2-point lead here in Game 3. They need to get this point.
6-5.
Chicago win, clawing back.
Kazaku really needs to play a forehand on that ball. There's no reason. He's got the time. He can step around.
Seven. 8-7.
8-7 for the Texas smash.
Oh, what a forehand.
8.
That deserves a low 5. Oh, lucky net ball there by
9,
Kazuku.
8.
Kazuhara was lining up to get a forehand in. And now the wind in position for a potential sweep here.
This time, finally, Kazuhara lands the
landing
backhand flip. I mean, if there was ever going to be a time for him to get it on, now was definitely it. It's 9 points each. Look at Emily's reaction to that. And
Smash.
Texas
Timeout.
smash are going to use their second timeout. They only get 2 during these first 5 individual matches. That means they'll have no remaining timeouts for the next 2 singles. It's a big risk, but Coach Jorg Bitzigayo knows that his doubles pair need to get this game in.
We just haven't seen many instances for the smash where Kazuhara sets up Emily Wang to where she can smash that forehand. Almost the entire match, she's been limited to just keep the ball on the table, let Kazuhara go for big shots.
So 9-9 the score. It's about as close as it gets. Texas do have the serve.
Time.
These little points
9,
here
9.
are really what make the difference. Oh, deep serve.
9,
Emily Tan
10.
able to keep that ball nice and low.
This is a big point for the Chicago Wind.
Will Kazuhara go for another deep serve?
And again, Kazuhara pushed so far back off the table. Emily Tan and Kazuku together. What a great team. 3-0 complete the sweep.
And such great positive energy. You could just see it in both their faces. So thrilled, playing the big points huge.
So Chicago Wind move into a 5-4 lead. And there's the, oh, look at that, Emily Tan
Double donkey
matching. What a great performance. And we're going to have one of my favorite interviewees, Emily Tan, down there. Emily, this is another great performance for you alongside Alex. Some fantastic attacking shots from you both. How did you guys stay in control of the table during this match?
This was a really hard match. As you can see, Emily has a really good control on her pips, and then the other guy is really good in counter looping, so I have a lot of pressure when I play them. I don't really say we had it in control, but I just told him, like, because Alex played really well this match. All his serve receiving, as we can see, like the second round, all his flips are so good, and then those were the ones we mainly got points on, so I'm really happy for our team because he played good. But if we stayed in control, I would say he's more of the control person, and then I just go for it because I know he's in the back.
So my question, Emily, is how do you make so many of those blocks? You had at least 2 or 3 blocks where they were just killing the ball at you, and you still managed to keep the ball in play.
I would say I was really lucky because I go in with my eyes blind. I'm just like, oh, the ball's here. Because I'm already in position. So I just guess if it's backhand or forehand. So if it's backhand, I'm just in position. If it's forehand, I'm like, oh my God. But like, I was really lucky, definitely a really lucky balls. And then as you can see, his flip, the other Texas smashes, his flip is really, really spinny, so I couldn't really get in control of it. So I was kind of smiling, like, I'm sorry, but I actually can't block this one. But for the other ways, when he counter loops, there was a few lucky balls I got on because it doesn't have that much spin. Instead of, it's really fast, and it probably just went to my paddle, so it's really lucky.
Well, a great performance from you, Emily, and another good doubles match. And congratulations. We'll see you back in the Golden game.
Thank you.
It's a fierce Emily Tan, just a competitor down to her DNA. It's so fun for me to see the contrast between her on the table and then in the post-match interviews. You kind of have this light-hearted, wholesome conversation with her, but when she's on the table,
just so ferocious and going for every single shot.
Right now, here on table one, in this close contended clash between the Chicago Wind and Texas Smash, we have Dan Liu taking on Daryl Zhao. Daryl's had a bumpy road in Major League Table Tennis, but is a strong performer in the youth table tennis here in the US.
I would say both Daryl and Dan have had their challenges, and this is going to be a great match to see which one of them is going to be able to pull through for their team. At a 5-4 lead for the Wind. And there's a great over-the-table forehand flip by Daryl Zhao.
Daryl actually this year is a member of the US men's national team. I think he played in the Pan American Championships as the 4th player alongside Jishan and the Naresh brothers.
3-2.
So big step ups for him in the last year and a half. He's been training in Taiwan quite a lot on occasion recently. Just came back from Slovenia where he played the World Youth Champs.
He's had a full plate.
I think we've seen on a couple of occasions him just putting a lot of pressure on himself, which as a young player in these situations, you want your youth players to be free of that pressure and just relish the experience. Of course, you can also watch Major League Table Tennis on the Bally Live app.
4-3.
And you can see stats, all your favorite teams and more.
Great service by Daryl Zhao.
Dan Liu trying to go toe-to-toe, matching the speed of Daryl Zhao. The youngster comes out on top. Dan Liu in the lead here. Needs to make a mark for himself here.
6.
Oh, big counterattack there by Dan Liu.
7.
Dan Liu came into this weekend 5-16 in singles. 22-21 in the Golden game though.
8-6.
Daryl Zhao 3-9 in singles. 29 and 20 in the Golden Game, so 59%, pretty good for the youngster. Certainly shows he can hold his own under the pressure.
7.
And it is very interesting in the Golden Game where the coaches decide those lineups and where to change the order if you've had a win in the singles, or if you want to mix and match a different. Nice redirection there by Dan Liu.
9.
Dan Liu, 10-7.
Game 1.
Excellent choice.
11-7.
Reverse pen holder. Banana on the final ball out to the forehand. Great side spin, mixing it up. Again, keeping the momentum for Chicago. Great angle. A lot more side spin on that ball than Daryl Sao expected. You can see Coach Eric Owens explaining how to create those angles and not give Daryl Sao a clean ball.
This is certainly more, much more engaged than we've seen Eric Owens on the bench.
And I think one of the reasons is because Eric's style when he was a player was closer to Daryl Sao, so he knows exactly where to place that ball and make it difficult. And Dan Liu's done a great job adding a little bit of side spin off the forehand, and then on that last point we also saw just coming around the corner and giving Daryl Sao a little bit more side than just pure topspin, which he's been doing so well to attack.
Time.
Yo Bitsugayo, coach for the Texas Smash. I think both of these players could use a win here to get some confidence back.
It'll help not only the team now, but helping each other for their singles matches moving forward.
Game 2. Win to serve. 0-0.
Table tennis is such a sport of confidence, believing that you can get the job done versus going in unsure of yourself can definitely affect the outcome. Oh, just great shots by both players.
0.
Dan Liu able to hang on. Nice set of forehand and backhand attacks. Daryl controlling, keeping the ball in play, but Dan having one more answer. Oh, that was a great loop down the line by Daryl Sao.
1.
Really for Sao, he needs to use his speed to get the ball back from the forehand quickly across to the backhand side of Dan.
And there's that side spin.
1-2.
And Eric giving some extra higher claps to make sure that Dan Liu saw that that's what he was talking about during the in-between game break. And that was a beautiful flip.
2.
A lot of shot making here. Not so many easy mistakes, but big point winners. Oh, nice serve.
3.
Short out to the forehand. Dan Liu's doing a very nice job moving the ball around. Forcing Daryl to take a couple steps before every shot. Once again, short to the forehand.
4.
With a lot of side spin on his ball. That time, Daryl Sao made a great read. Almost gave back some of the same side spin. That's a beautiful backhand loop by Daryl.
4.
Picks it up right off the bounce, nice and deep. Really sets up the rest of his game.
So 4-4 here in the second game. One of the things that we have to look at overall in terms of match history, the Chicago Wind are again ahead here. They usually establish themselves pretty well in singles and doubles. But the Golden Game has been a bit of a curse for them. You kind of sense that vibe in the post-match interview with Daniele Pinto. The Golden Game was 2 words they really don't want to hear right now.
It'll be interesting, Matt, to see if a lot of these teams, especially after this mid-season break, when they do get a chance back at their home clubs, to practice 4-point sequences, 2 serves and 2 receives, and see if they can get a little bit more accustomed. And Daryl Sal continues just to get his offense in.
Swing and a miss from Dan Liu.
There's a little bit of extra side spin when Dan Liu plays that backhand off the bounce. Taking it right down the line. See that extra jump to the ball.
Yeah, that's a tough
I
pickup.
was going to say there's almost no way to spin that ball as it's dropping so fast. You're going to have to lift your arm up. Dan Liu up for the challenge. We are all even at 8, and he continues to get that first attack in, moving the ball around. Big serves here. Great service return by Daryl Sal, taking advantage of the deep serve.
Sal sends it long, 9 points each.
Just seems unsure of himself when that ball goes out to his forehand from Dan Liu's backhand. Might want to serve it more to the forehand side. And that time, served it to the middle, allowing him to step around. And now game point for the smash.
Chicago Wind ain't done.
That is a fight by Dan Liu. Just over the table, no hesitation.
Certainly a great advantage having the serve on your side going into the golden point.
And you can see
11-10. Game 2,
the excitement and celebration on Dan Liu's face after coming back to make this game. Heavy opening Daryl Sal unable to counterattack. And Dan Liu in position to possibly sweep.
Just such a release of pressure. I mean, look at his celebration. Look at the stoic faces of the Texas Smash bench. Every game won by Dan Liu means so much to him. So the Chicago Wind, 7-4 in the lead. Again, as they have on numerous occasions, they pull into the lead during the singles and doubles. Can they get the job done? That's the question here. They've only won 3 golden games out of 11 now, so they're 3-8.
But it does seem, Matt, that the energy that they have right now, you know, they've been challenged so far today, and you can see Daniela Pinta giving a little thumbs up and cheer for himself. But right now they look so much different. Dan Liu winning the first 2 games against Daryl Sal.
0-0.
I can promise you he's not going to take this game off. Although he has the 2 so far, he's going to keep fighting.
1-0.
I think there's so many added elements of pressure for the young players in particular because they're not used to playing on a team. And so just clip the edge. So in these situations, usually they're shouldering pressure only for themselves because they're used to playing individually. It's always been like that in the US, not much team competition. So now there's a little bit of an added element of carrying some pressure from the team as well.
And they're often playing against very seasoned players who have been through this type of situation, as well as they're very good problem solvers. So even if the youth players are playing hot, the older players know a way to cool them down, change the tactics, change the rhythm. So great learning opportunity for Daryl Sal.
Dan is absolutely pumped out there.
He knows every point matters, and if he can string together 2 or 3, that will have an effect on Daryl. Oh, great drop shot.
3-3.
Again, the body language of both players. Dan Liu just pumping himself up. Daryl Sal looking for an answer.
I think on a few occasions throughout MLTT, we've seen Daryl looking a little bit more dejected, or at least quiet and subdued.
You'd have to have the experience of Nikhil Kumar to when you're losing a couple points in a row to just do that self pump up. Though again, Daryl right now, you see him jumping around a little bit, getting ready. So he's not completely down on himself, but a little bit more disappointed than upset or angry.
4-4.
Dan Liu just bringing pressure from all positions, very strong over the table, especially on the forehand. Oh, Dan Liu going for a monster forehand.
4, change sides.
Players will switch ends. Perfect opportunity for us to take a little look at our next matchup. It is the last singles and last individual match between Damian Provost and David Macbeth. And Sean, you'll have a vested interest in at least the outcome of the singles match.
And Daryl Sal does a much better job dealing with that backhand side spin opening. Taking it a little earlier going forward, not letting that ball drop. And wow.
4-7.
Not a good time to miss your serve. thought Daryl had the upper hand in that rally, picking up the serve so quick, but just overrunning it on the forehand.
Banana flick from Dan Liu. Closes to within 1. 6-7 behind.
Wow. Double combination by Dan Liu. Daryl made a good return off the first flip, but Dan Liu continues right off the bounce.
It's a bit of a break off the net, sends the next ball down the line.
And if Dan Liu can come back and win this game only trailing by 1, that will guarantee the Wind will at least have a 1-point lead going into the golden game. Wow, off the bounce, almost coming across the ball, getting it to kick out from the backhand side. Oh, again, great footwork there by Daryl Sal, getting a full step around. Oh, perfectly played by Dan Liu. Nice drop on the serve. Daryl Sal made a strong opening, but Dan Liu just looped it away.
A frustrated stomp there from Daryl Sal.
In the youth division, opening up that strong is usually enough. But that shot that Dan Liu just pulled off to make it 9-all with the serve. Wow, what a combination there. Getting that backhand into play directly on the third ball.
Just a reach and snap.
Yeah, reaching hustle by Daryl Sal. Not only did he put his racket on the ball, but he had force behind it. You can see Dan Liu going for almost a swimming motion. Golden point here in game 3.
And this time it's Daryl who has the serve. And he serves half-long, and Dan Liu picks up that half-long attack.
What a go-for-it attack strategy by Dan Liu, and you can just see it in his face and in his forearms after he delivers this finishing blow.
Look at how early he stepped around.
Just went for everything.
That's a big result for him. It's a confidence builder. He is a man who needed a result in the singles, and he's taken it not just a win, but 3-0. Dan, congratulations on fighting through that match, especially winning those 2 golden points. I know you've had some ups and downs with your singles. How important was this for your confidence to get a singles win under your belt here?
Yeah, for this one winning, I got a lot of confidence for sure, because I just switched penhole for like few weeks, almost a month. I still don't feel like I get the right feeling there. Yeah, but this match gave me a lot of confidence.
So 2 questions I have is, number 1, he had so much difficulty with the side spin on your backhand. And then my second question is, when did you decide that you were going to finish the last serve? Was that thinking before he served it, or did it just show up as that ball came over the net?
Sorry, what's the first question?
The amount of side spin that you were putting on your backhand really gave him a lot of difficulties.
Oh yeah, because I played him like many times before. When I tried to go like normally, like very hard, like very straightforward, he returned the ball very quick, very powerful. I'm not ready for next ball. And I just tried to give side spin a little bit slow. He returned the ball slow, and I have chance to do next ball.
And then when did you decide that you were going to finish and go for the shot on match point?
Yeah, I don't know, just after automatic. Yeah.
Wow, that's a testament to all those years of training, and it's good to see you at least getting some confidence back with your pen hold playing, and we'll see you in the golden game.
Yeah, thank you.
Great job.
Dan. And now we go into the 5th decisive match overall, the 4th singles between Damien Provost from France and Dave Macbeth from the United Kingdom.
Some real big hitters here.
Time.
Right now, the Chicago Wind 8-4 in the lead. They were also, I believe,
3 games to play. Game
3,
1,
or they're
Wind
8-1 in the
serve.
lead against the Bay Area Blasters.
Sorry,
So
Wind is
the question of having a
Damien
lead
serve.
is whether they can maintain it, whether they can capitalize off it. But Dave Macbeth is certainly a player that knows how to raise the bar.
With a 4-point lead, if Damien Provost can get the W,
0-1.
he could put them in a position to possibly start at the maximum 5-point allowance.
Set.
And Damien
0-1.
Provost saying that serve was a net. A little lifeline for Macbeth there. And one of the things that Provost is very good at is neutralizing power. So great control, great redirects, and an ever so calm
2,
demeanor.
1.
What I love with Provost is the racket speed and the explosive nature when he's making his first attack. It's not a big backswing, but great acceleration. Again, he can play to both directions. He's got very soft hands. You don't see him clubbing the ball, but very fluid motion. Of course,
2,
Macbeth,
3.
who I have in my fantasy team, lots of power. Look at that. Provost
4,
made 2 big
2.
shots. Macbeth able to return the first ball and then redirect the last one.
And they're both players a little bit taller who use their height in different ways. Macbeth uses it to really capitalize off power on the wings. Provost uses it for the reach
4,
advantage.
3. 3,
Any
5.
short balls that pop up, both these players are going to have no difficulty placing it to where the opponent can't return.
Three, 6.
Oh, look at that power from the
7,
backcourt.
3.
Clean winner from Macbeth.
Just no matter what spin Provost puts on the ball, Macbeth says, I'll do it one better. Great backhand loop. And now it's forcing
8,
Provost to go for a little bit too much. He's got to be aware of his position when he's going for those big loops. And that serve popped up and
3,
still
9.
managed to work for Macbeth. A very strong 9-3 lead here in game 1.
Three, 10. Game 1 to smash.
That ball caught
11,
the edge of the paddle,
3.
and Macbeth signaling sorry and lucky, but it still counts and wins that first game, 11-3. Series of very powerful shots on both the forehand and backhand side to give the smash a chance to bring it back to 8-4. Beth would love to take it to 8-6 if possible. Or 8-7. Again, 15 points are on the line in the singles and doubles matches, and then the golden game worth 6.
Yeah, I mean, if Macbeth can win here, and he looked pretty good in the first game, that would certainly make the Texas Smash team feel a lot more confident going into the golden game. But of course, each point scored here makes a difference of multiple points in the golden game. So if it's 8-7, the difference is 1. If it's 9-6, the difference is 3. And if it's 10-5, the difference is 5. So one game can make all the difference heading into the golden game.
0,
and Damien Provost is a player that knows it. Emily Tan is just energetic on the bench as usual.
MVP cheerleader, as well as
1,
just played super in the doubles. Dodged a number of headshots.
I'm glad she dodged them this time. Yesterday, not quite so fortunate.
2, 1.
I'll tell you one person that would love a post-match interview is Eric Owens.
Absolutely.
The team won yesterday morning, but we're over on table 2, so there was no post-match interview, unfortunately.
3, 2.
He's been biding his time. He certainly had a big chance yesterday against Bay Area Blasters. Beth kind of stepping back a few paces from the table as he made contact. He's got to keep his feet in position when he commits to hitting the ball. I think every step you take, even every half step you take back while you're hitting a backhand loop, you probably lose 30 to 50% of your power.
3,
It's like
4.
throwing a football. You can't be running backwards and add a lot of zip to it. So, but Macbeth, a very big power player. Such great
5,
wrists.
3.
Again, technique very strong. If he's planted, that ball is going to be flying off of his paddle. Oh,
6,
great little dive to
3.
keep that ball low.
So far, Damien Provost doesn't look like he's got the solutions to
4,
neutralize the power of
6.
Macbeth, but service error is not going to help. Provost doesn't want that ball. He's like, if I'm going to serve a couple now, I want a different ball to the one that my opponent just missed his serve with.
Yeah,
Turns out to be
there.
Good decision. Very rowdy Chicago wind bench, trying their absolute best to get behind their player.
Provost plays with such tempo. Seems like when Macbeth makes that first attack, Provost is one level lower, but he can get his first attack going. Nice drop. And Macbeth so strong
6.
at re-looping off the bounce.
7.
Coaches, let's go.
One of the things that Damien, you could see he got a little bit frustrated with yesterday was trying to focus while the other table were doing their golden game team selections. We'll see how he handles that focus now. Ball goes straight to the body.
8.
Number 2. Romaine Lawrence is your number 2. Your number 2. Yafira 14 is your number 2. Who's your 3? Andre is your 3.
Provost, 1 point at a time.
Jeremy Levine and your 4. Bastion DuPont is your 4. And your 4.
Net. 8, 9.
Is your 4. Making Johan Hogberg your 5.
Net.
And your 5
8,
is
9.
Paul Lynn. Good luck, coaches.
Heavy spin.
10.
Good adjustment of position for that middle ball. And Beth forced into a more passive backhand blocking mode.
Just solid play again by both players, and Macbeth not willing to give up an inch. Continues to bring the ball back.
So no timeouts remaining now for either team. Damien Provost has done a much better job in the second game than the first of figuring out solutions. He's been able to hit the ball into the body of Macbeth and then soften him up on the backhand, get him into those passive backhand blocking rhythm. Table 1, 10 points to 9, Damien Provost. If he wins this one game, guarantees an extra 2 points to the team going into the golden game. Right now they're guaranteed to start 1-0. If he wins game 2, they will start 3-0. Provost with the serve.
Great positioning by Damien Provost, right into the body.
Straight down the middle of the table, into the elbow of Dave Macbeth.
Look at the smiles on Coach Eric Owens, Timothy Wong, Pinto Danlu. This is where they want to be. They want to go into the golden game with the maximum points possible.
So the players go into game 3. Right now, the pressure is on the Texas Smash to try and mitigate some of the damage here. Chicago Wind have guaranteed they will have at least a 3-point head start going into the Golden Game to 21. That comes up after this fifth match rather. We'll explain the rules of that in a moment. For those of you at home who have watched Major League Table Tennis matches before, you'll know the Golden Game is full of thrills and spills, ups and downs, and
where all the action is.
Game 3, Wind to serve, 0-0.
Fast-moving, high-octane pressure cooker.
And if you ask the players, half of them will just say,
scary.
It's scary. Both players want to get that first attack over the table. Provo's able to open up at Macbeth. Just turn that wrist over.
1.
Provo's going for a little bit too much there.
Macbeth, great power, good footwork. And again, the down the line, backhanded backhand. I think that's going to favor Damian Provost, just as the lefty's done that a lot more. Macbeth plays many more cross-court and into the body.
Right. Yeah, and Macbeth tends to be more passive down the line with the backhand.
And you can just see Provost bringing that loop across his body, wanting to set up the backhand-to-backhand exchange if possible.
Things tie up here, 3 points each, 1 game each. It's the last singles before the Golden Game.
Such strong blocks by Provost, just holding the table. Macbeth sending over some bullets, and Provost just staying on top of the ball, redirecting it down the line.
And sometimes he looks like he's more upright, but it really helps him get on top of the ball when he's playing defensively or on counterattack.
Oh, he had a chance at that one, but Macbeth, very smart move to play out to the forehand. Lucky ball caught the top of the net.
5-4, change sides.
Both players so low-keyed. Of course, any net balls, they're going to apologize.
Meanwhile, over on table 2, the Carolina Gold Rush wins 16-5 against the Seattle Spinners. The East Coast run continues. Chicago Wind here on table 1. Again, in a good position right now. But it only matters who's ahead at the end.
Oh, and Provost now with a bit of separation, controlling the serve return. Must-win point for Macbeth if he's going to do anything in this third and final game.
And again, down the line backhand is the recurring issue. 8-4 for Provost, just experience and patience.
If he's able to take this game, they will start with the maximum 5 points. Which, if you just
is it enough though, Sean?
If you just trade points, there's and if Coach Owens can get a mismatch where maybe they can get one sweep out of it, that's halfway home. Again,
9,
Provost
4.
saying sorry for that ball clipping the net, but he definitely had the ball he was looking for.
I mean, you've got to think if they put in the same order as they've had in the singles, they should have a good chance. But they did that yesterday and it didn't work.
9.
And often, those 2-1 victories, you might actually want to look at the third game more so, as the players do make adjustments. And that's a heavy drop shot there. Didn't go that far off the end of the table, but Provost just dug the heck out of this serve return.
He's one of those players you play against and you just don't feel like he's winning against you. You just feel like you're the one losing.
He's
steadily
so good.
Forces
short over the table, taking pace off the ball, digging it, and then using, as you said, Matt, earlier, using your spin and pace against you.
The umpire asks what's wrong with the ball, and
It
Damien
is-
Provost says there is something.
Yeah,
There's something wrong with the ball.
Yeah,
Don't
so
worry about it. There's something.
very, very soft.
And Damien Provost, 11 points to
6.
6, takes a 2-1 win here, and the
And match
Chicago Wind will go into the Golden
game
Game
by 2
with the
to
best
1.
possible chance they have of capitalizing
And
here
this
against
is where
Texas.
I guess the only difference would be if they came in 11-4 and then guaranteed that they would win the overall match.
Right, exactly, yeah.
But they want to get as many points as possible.
Well, again, for the Chicago Wind, they've proven their ability in the singles and doubles matches. Just a fantastic display from them. Started out with Kasahara actually winning 3-0. So the Texas Smash got on the board pretty quickly. It was 3-0. So from the beginning, Chicago Wind were looking a little bit in danger. Kasahara just too quick at the end of the day for a player like Kazaku, who needed more time to generate power. Daniele Pinto came back after losing the first set, notably nervous, as he admitted in the post-match interview, but digs deep, always finds the forehand, comes through to win 2-1. You go into the doubles, Kazaku and Emily Tan. What a pairing. A decisive 3-0 win for the Chicago Wind. That leads into the fourth singles and a confidence builder for Dan Liu, who finds his footing with the penhold grip against the younger Daryl Sao. Also 3-0 for the Chicago Wind. And then Damien Provost, the ever-reliable captain of the team, taking a 2-1
Okay,
win
we've got
against David
Chicago
Beck,
Wind
and
with
we'll head
10,
down
Texas
Commissioner
Smash
Flint
with
Lane
5.
now.
The Wind will start with a 5-point lead. Coach, you're the first to pick. Yohan Rebete is your number 1. Coach? Daniele Pinto is your number 1. And your number 2? Damien Provost is your number 2. Coach? Hiro Kasahara, your number 2. Your 3? Daryl Sao is your number 3. Coach? Dan Liu is your 3 and your 4? Alexander Kazaku. Your number 4 is David Macbeth, making Emily Wang your 5, making Emily Tan your 5. Good luck.
This is going to be so exciting. Rebete's coming off against Pinto, so we will see that rematch, but there will be a little bit of a swap in the Macbeth match, and the ladies will play also.
Yeah, it's very interesting for me to see
Golden Game.
Coach
21
Bitsy
points to play.
countering
Match
Provost
to
with
serve.
Kasahara, so he's trying to
0-5.
force speed a little bit against the slower style of Damien Provost.
He's got to be thinking they've got to break some of these
5.
service situations here and not just split points.
Now, if Rebete can come in fresh and duplicate his first game form.
Oh, that's a big point there.
6.
Everyone's going to be a big point here for Chicago. Oh, he had the Pinto had the ball that he wanted. Great deep serve. I could see this going a sweep in either direction.
Kasahara again, just quick, too quick.
Full swings on anything short but high. And that's where Provost excels, changing the tempo, mixing it up, never giving the same ball twice.
Kasahara was ready for every different potential outcome there.
And Provost gave him a mix with both a block, a backhand re-loop, and then tried one more loop from the backcourt.
7-4.
Hiromitsu Kasahara again pushing himself into that leadership role for the Texas Smash.
Oh, great placement by Provost after the deep serve, right down the middle of the table. And here, these players went to the golden point in the third game. Big shot by Dan Liu, committing to stepping around that ball, getting the wide angle.
I think for Daryl, when you're playing against the pen holder, it's so risky to play a long ball to the backhand corner, and that's...
If they're going to step around, you're giving them two direct pathways. This set of 4 points is huge for Chicago. And Dan Liu looking to sweep, which again with a 5-0 lead, any sweep draws you so close to that final point.
Could definitely be the part that makes a difference. He does get a sweep, 4 points.
I mean, that's MVP material right there. Sweep in singles and sweep in the golden game. Now here's some big hitters right here. David McBeth against Kazaku.
Coach York actually walking across to Daryl. You can see in the background just to give him some reassurance. He knows this is a mental game in the golden game. Always doing his best to keep his players in the zone. You see him in the hotel between matches, before matches, after matches, taking the players aside one by one, having conversations with them, talking tactics, mentality, attitudes.
Just wants to let the players know they're not alone and that it's not just one match that matters, but it's really a chance to grow from each of these team matches. And there's the power of Kazaku. Serve and bullet, and now we've got the ladies out. And the firepower from both of these women. Emily Wang pips on the forehand, wanting to smash. Emily Tan looking for a forehand opportunity to drive the ball.
Five, 16. Net 5-16.
Emily Tan gets an all-important point here. Big celebration.
I just love her dance after every point.
This would be huge for Chicago Wind if Emily Tan can finish the task here. What a run from Emily Tan. Just full of energy.
What a serve.
19.
Reverse pendulum backcourt to deep. An ace cross court.
Rabate continuing where he left off in the first game of the singles match between these two.
Pinto trying to do what he was successful in games 2 and 3, and now Chicago Wind match point to win 16-5.
And they get it. Daniele Pinto finishes the job. It's the Chicago Wind that win the golden game. It's been such an elusive result for them. They were 3 from 11 in golden games coming into this weekend. And they let the wind roar and let the players roar. The Chicago Wind earn this victory here, finally capitalizing off of their great start in singles and doubles. And I'm sure Eric Owens will be happy to get the headset on, and we'll see him down there in just a few moments after he finishes celebrating and congratulating the opponents and the team players.
All the team players also thanking the umpires for their service, which we couldn't have any of this without them. Of course, the ball boys and ball girls.
Right now, it's a moment that this man has been waiting for quite some time. Eric, congratulations. You must be relieved. I mean, the golden game has been really elusive. I know that you won yesterday morning, which was a great result for the team, but you didn't get your post-match interview over on table 2, so this is really your moment to we're going to draw this out for you and make you get the most out of it.
I appreciate that.
How does it feel to get this golden game done, given the number of times that you've performed well in singles and doubles and have missed out at the last moment?
Unbelievable. I mean, we have such a great team. There's so much camaraderie and passion and effort, and we've been doing well in singles, and even for the most part in the beginning of the golden game we do well, but we've just reached some momentum difficulties where at the end of the golden game we fall apart. The pressure gets to the team a little bit. We've done a lot of different things to adjust, to change matchups, to think about the mental aspect of the golden game, plays, strategy. We've done so much and still come up a bit short. So it's been unbelievably frustrating as a coach to go through that. But it feels really, really great to finally prevail and come through and come out on top. It feels unbelievable. The team absolutely deserves it.
So I just want to touch on 2 things, Eric. One, how great is it with Emily Tan's energy? And the second thing is Dan Liu. How big did he play this afternoon?
They both came through, especially in the golden game. I love it when Dan is screaming and yelling. His fire when he plays like that, it's palpable. It raises the team up. And of course, Emily out there showing and screaming, that's what we need. That's what drives our team. And when we have that, it elevates everybody. And so sometimes what happens is when we start to lose and the momentum shifts, we get a little bit flat. And we can try and we can force it, but it's just not there. So it feels good to not only have the momentum, but to have that drive and to have that fire inside. And I think it just lifts our spirits no matter how difficult the previous match was or the difficulty we're having in the match. We need that fire, we need that drive, and everybody rose to the occasion today.
And one of the players that has really stood out for you throughout the whole season has been Daniele Pinto. You put him in the singles. The guy has so much grit. He just knuckles down, digs deep. There are a few players I've seen that run after so many forehands. How important has he been in your lineup at delivering points for the team?
Oh, he's huge. I mean, I would say he's one of the most professional individuals I've ever been involved with. I mean, his passion, his professionalism, his attitude, no matter if we have a bad loss, he is still at the hall, first one in the hall the next day, stretching, warming up, practicing, getting the team together. Whenever we're feeling down, he lifts us up. He is an invaluable member of this team. He's fantastic.
Well, Eric, a huge congratulations, and I hope you guys really enjoy this moment because, as you said, the team absolutely deserved it. Congratulations on the golden game. Congratulations on the victory. What a superb performance. We are going to have a moment with the man who has put himself in the leadership role for the Chicago Wind. It's Damian Provost. Damian, congratulations on getting through the Golden Game. You've kind of established yourself as a bit of a leader for the team in the singles, sometimes in the doubles. In the Golden Game, you've always performed consistently well during your matches. It must be tough for you when you get to these Golden Games, you know, when the team doesn't quite make it through. How great does it feel? It's kind of a payoff for your hard work over the weeks to have at least a couple of wins here this weekend for the Chicago Wind.
Yeah, it feels good. It feels so good because yesterday was so painful. 9-2 and losing 12-9. And I lose 3-0. It's the first time in a very long time that I lost 3-0. I had a set point in the last. And I know it's big difference to lead 10-5. So the confidence was not at the maximum. And after getting crushed 11-3 the first set, it wasn't at the maximum. But okay, I have many weak points in my brain, but at least I fight until the end, and I'm very happy, very happy today. It helped me because I think 10-5 is better than 8-7.
Yes.
And everybody performed really well during Golden Game, and yeah, it feels after the huge pain of yesterday, it feels really good right now, and yeah, it's a lot of emotions.
So yeah, we saw that, and the one question I had was, you and Emily played so well in the doubles yesterday. What was the reason for changing? Obviously, Kazuku did a good job as well, but it just seemed like your styles matched up. Was it a coach decision? Did you have some input? Why the change in the doubles lineup?
No, it's me. At the meeting, we're supposed to play, and you know, it was a little, you know, tense, and I felt not so good, and I trust Alex. So I thought probably it was a better idea to play with Alex, and because I didn't really trust myself today. So I felt it was a risk to make me play 2 matches. And since I trust Alex 100%, and they played good together last month, so I thought it was the best idea to do this. And it's something I never do normally, but I felt, you know, it was a lot of wrong feeling, emotions. I felt I let down the team yesterday, and it's just like this. I felt it was a better idea to do it this way.
Well, definitely a great decision making as a leader of the team, and I think you guys performed really well. And as I said, you've been a big star for the Chicago win throughout this season, so congratulations, and I hope you guys have a great celebration after that win.
Thank you.
Well done, Damien.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Well, a superb finish for the Chicago Wind. It bumps them up a little bit on the table, back ahead of the Princeton Revolution again. Still quite a ways to go to catch up potentially to the Florida Crocs and get into that top 2 zone. The Texas Smash no longer at the bottom of the table. They've moved ahead of the Portland Paddlers. The Portland Paddlers 3-8 in the Golden Game, coming off the back of the last West Division where they lost all 3, and now without Collet here in South Carolina. It's a really hard-fought battle. We still have one more round here this evening at 7:30. It's going to be very fiery matchups to get this Saturday done. And of course, we still have 2 matches on either of tables 1 and 2 tomorrow as well. So this battle of East and West continues. The Chicago Wind win, the Carolina Gold Rush win. The West Coast just, they haven't shown up yet, Sean. They still have one more day to get it done. Right now in this seat, I feel great being the commentator for the East Coast to represent my my side of the country.
The West is going to have to get it going, but definitely a lot of action ahead of us. More matches tonight, even more tomorrow. So definitely stay with us and cheer on your favorite team to move up in the standings.
Well, I know the Chicago Wind are going to have a great celebration tonight. There's been so many tense moments throughout this season for them, especially losing their matches on home ground in Chicago, and even here a tough start, but they've finally got it together with the Golden Game, and it shows you how important that is. We had some outstanding matches today. We're going to be back this evening, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Evan Lepler's back, so put the pressure on him in the Fantasy League. Thanks for joining us, guys, and we'll be back for the third match later.